All right, Shalom. First, we'd like to start by saying all praise to you, Howard, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Bakar, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles that rule well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing truth with sincerity. I'm Brother Amawan, and this is
Abanya.
And we just gonna bring out a couple scriptures on what's going on in Syria. This is just a news article that I wanted to put up. This is about a week old, so I'm gonna go ahead and play the video, and then we're gonna go ahead and go into the scriptures. First off, Salakia, it says raw Russian military police start patrolling the streets of Duma, which is in Syria. Now we all know that that the Lord got the Third World War kicking off, and that's one of the reasons why the Russians are up in that land. Because they being a guard onto Syria. They trying to help Syria reconstruct this nation, but you still have proxy wars going on over there in that country. And the U.S. I think the last article that I read, the U.S. was sending in troops over there, if I'm not mistaken. But ultimately, they up in Russia, up in Syria, because they being a guard unto Syria. They helping Syria out, protect itself against the Americans. And this was right after America and Britain and the other nations shot missiles into Syria. All right. This is just a little bit of information on it. It says Russian military police could be seen patrolling the streets of eastern Gutas Doma on Thursday to ensure the civilians' life in the war-torn city. As the war-torn city returns back to normal. It says the military police were deployed in Duma with the aim to uphold legal order and to provide assistance for the locals, in addition to ensuring security. Security from who? The so-called I forgot the names of the specific groups, but the groups that America set up to go take that land. And not only them, America now is right along with other nations are shooting missiles into that land, man. So Russia has been protecting Syria and giving Syria military armament, and letting America know that if they attack Syria, then we're gonna have to step in and shoot missiles back onto you and whoever shot them missiles. So that's Russia being a guard unto them, man. But this is all just more steps accumulating to the clashing or the lockup or locking horns of America and Russia. So I'm gonna start off with Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 1.
This is Ecclesiastes 3 and 1.
You can say whatever you want to say too.
To everything there is a season and a time and a purpose under heaven.
Right. So we understand that there's a time and a purpose under heaven. It's not always going to be love, joy, peace, stuff of that nature. The Lord got it to where this world is set up for different things at different times, so to speak. Go ahead.
This is verse 8. Said a time to love, a time to hate, a time for war, and a time for peace.
Right, we are no longer living in a time of peace. We're living in a time of war, man. So you can forget what your pastors and your so-called leaders are telling you, man. You know, because all on the news for the last couple of years, all you've been seeing is America upgrading its arsenal or its weapons. America sending troops over there to the Middle East to to either take Libya, or Russia upgrading its military, and they're protecting Syria, and Iran stepping in and sending troops over there to Syria. Then Turkey getting involved, and Russia's planes getting shot out the sky. Then Al Qaeda or ISIS is getting pushed out of Syria, or you got Lebanon and some type of proxy war. It's nothing but war going on in the news media, man, and multiple nations that's over there in the Middle East, man. That's how you know we're not in peace no more, man, because you don't hear nothing about no peace, and ain't no cool with none of these nations, so to speak, man. All you hear is war. People building up their militaries, people getting new nuclear missile technology, and thousands of people dying. When Obama was in office, he was drone striking everybody. All you hear is war, man. We in a time of war. We're not in a time of peace, man. Go ahead.
It is Ezekiel 38:1. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, and the land of Magog, and the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal.
Talking about Russia. So set thy face against the Russians, man. Go ahead.
And prophesy against him.
And we out there on them highways and byways to do what? To prophesy. Go ahead.
And say, Thus said the Lord, Behold, I am against thee, O God, chief prince of Meshach and Tubal.
Right, so the Lord is against them Russians. Them Russians are nothing more than nothing more than Edomites. The Russian is just a title. The Lord is against them Edomites in that land, man. Go ahead.
I will turn thee back and put hooks in thy jaws. And I will bring thee forth.
Right, so the Lord turning Russia back, putting hooks into their jaws, bringing them back into their communist mind state, man. That's why you see Russia making you'll have to been watching for a while to see that, but Russia making covenants or agreements with former USSR members. Russia is snapping on America. Started one of the main points was when they said to America, "Who told y'all to go into Syria?" Read it again for me out.
I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth all the armies and the horses and horsemen.
Right, so hooks into their jaws, Russia getting turned back into being that former communist mentality that he used to have, man, and ultimately they hated America, man. It says what again?
And bring thee forth all thine army and horses and horsemen, and all them that clothe with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields.
Right, so that's the Russian military. Go ahead.
All them handling swords.
Right.
Persia, Ethiopia, Libya, with them.
Right, so the Lord getting the Russian military ready, man. And who with them?
Persia,
Iran,
Ethiopia, Libya,
right,
with them,
right,
all them with shields and helmets.
Right, so they getting ready for war, man. They getting ready for war. They gearing up for war, man. And they see there was a reason why in the news media you seen Iran upgrading its missiles, and then they boasting our missiles can strike this or destroy that. Same thing with Russia. We got the new missiles that can destroy defense shields. All of them is getting ready for war, man. Go ahead, Doc.
Gomorrah and all his bands, the house of Togomar, and the north quarters.
Gomer was who? Turkey?
Yeah, Gomar is Turkey.
Okay, Gomer was Turkey. Go ahead.
And Togomar and the north quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee.
Right, so there's going to be multiple nations that's going to come and help Russia in this battle against America. Go ahead.
Be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee.
Right, so be prepared and prepare for thyself. That's why, like I said, you see all these military parades, so to speak, these new weapons parades, so to speak. They preparing. They showing you what they got. They upgrading their missile technology, their weapons, and right along with them is in other nations, man, doing the same thing, man. And they coming together. They having their war games, war drills, and stuff, man. They getting ready for this Third World War.
And be thou a guard unto them.
Right, that's why you see Russia going up into Syria right now, man. That's why Russia making the statements that it's making, man, about Syria. Is that it?
Yeah. This is Isaiah 13 and 17.
Right.
Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them.
Right. Medes represents Russia. Against who? America. Go ahead.
Which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it.
Right. So they're not going to regard no gold and no silver, man. And you can see that happening right now to a certain degree. Russia cut off the American money system. I mean, cutting off the American currency. Russia is actually saying that, we're done with the American currency. They're getting rid of it. They doing trades and using other alternative trades with these other nations. They established the BRICS. Brazil, Russia, was it India, China, South Africa? If I'm not mistaken, let me look it up real quick. I'm gonna look this up. I think they spelled it a different way. Hold on. Slovakia, PV. How did they spell it? I don't think it is C. Our phone wanna go off, Slovakia. Oh, they're still recording. All right, this is BRICS. It says BRICS is an acronym for an association of 5 major emerging national economies: Brazil, Russia, India, right, China, and South Africa. All right, so that's who the BRICS was, man. So in that day, America, your money is not gonna save you, and it's that starting right now as we speak. Go ahead.
It's verse 18. And their bows also shall dash the young man to pieces.
Right, the bows is talking about the nuclear missiles. Once the missiles get shot off, man, on wherever the Lord wants the missiles to hit, they're gonna hit, and it's gonna dash who to pieces?
The young man to pieces.
Right, in particular America. The young men in America gonna be dashed to pieces. Them so-called gangbangers that's hanging out on them corners. Them young thugs. The young Lil Waynes, young Kanye West and Jeezy. And for you white people, young rock stars and all that extra shit, right along with them, right along with all the nations up in here, man. The young men gonna be what?
That's the young man to pieces.
Right. So the nuclear missiles gonna fuck them up, man. Go ahead, on.
And they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb.
Right. So even the unborn child's gonna get it.
Their eyes shall not spare children.
Right. So your kids gonna get it too. They weren't innocent. Right. They did something in their past life to where they got theirs destroyed on this side. Go ahead.
What was it on that?
Okay. What was the next one?
It's Revelation 13:1.
Let me get Ezekiel 9. Right, the Lord, when the Yahushua come back, Yahushua gonna put the spirit on these missiles to hit what they supposed to be, man. It's the judgment of this place, man. And deliverance is only gonna come for his elect, man.
Ezekiel 9.
Yep.
Start 1.
Yep.
This is Ezekiel 9, chapter 9, verse 1. And he cried also in my ear with a loud voice, saying, cause them that have charge over the city to draw near, even every man with his destroying weapon in hand.
Right, talking about the angels.
And behold, 6 men came forth the way of the higher gate, which lieth toward the north, and every man a slaughtering weapon in his hand. And one man among them was clothed with linen, and with a writer's inkhorn by his side.
Talking about the angels.
And they went in and stood beside the brazen altar. And the glory of the Most High of Israel was gone up from the cherubim, where he was, and threshold the house of the house.
Relax.
And he called to the man. And he called the man clothed with linen, which had the writer's inkhorn by his side. And the Lord said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the forehead of the men who sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
Right, so the angels are marking those who they're sighing and crying for the abominations that be done in the midst thereof, man. And that's us that's out there prophesying, man. How righteous are we of the elect, but we getting tired of this society, man. That's why the Lord told us to go prophesy against it. Go ahead, out.
And to the others he said in my hearing, Go ye after them through the midst of the city and smote. And let not your eye spare, neither have ye pity.
Right.
Slaughter utterly old and young, both maid and little children and women. But
right, so everybody gonna get it, man. Everybody gonna get it, man. Read that again.
It's back at verse 5. It said, And to the other in my hearing, Go ye after them throughout the city and smite, which that smite means to kill.
Mm-hmm.
And let your eyes not spare, neither have ye pity. Slaughter old and young, both maids and little children and women.
Mm-hmm.
But come not near any man upon whom is the mark.
What that word mark mean? Mark. What does it mean? The mark goes back to the Hebrew. How you say it? Let me see. Can look it up real quick. Let's look at the theme again with my phone. Hold on.